Welcome to Generation Dan, everybody, the podcast where everything's Brussels sprouts and the tail doesn't matter. I wanted to try something new. What'd you think? Talking about family dinner? All right. I'm Atlas. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I am Dino, the genetic marvel. I am your Gen Xer. Oh, God.
I'm Cole Clayton, and I like to fuck.
Honestly, if you just say that as your thing from now on, cool.
It's fine.
Yeah.
If
we'll
anything,
never get any money from YouTube, but whatever. It's cool.
Hey, in all honesty, at this point, we're doing it out of joy. We're for love of the game is what we're doing this for, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't so what's up, Mick? What's up, Serge? Glad you guys are in the comments.
What up, my guys? Look, I got Twisted Tea today. I'm changing it up.
Ooh, Twisted Tea. Is that like, what is Twisted Tea?
He's on his period.
It's a tea with alcohol in it.
Oh.
Hey, was Mike's Hard Lemonade popular for you guys or no?
I liked it.
It's around.
Yeah, it gives me heartburn though.
In tears, crying, laughing at Chatio's meltdown on Joe's earlier. Oh, nice. That's.
Are we part of a multiverse or something? What's happening?
Pretty much. Well, Joey there's a whole bunch of people that go on Joey's show and they have their own shows. Like essentially over the course of the week, they have people go live. So apparently Shredda went live for an hour and a half and Serge was on there. Then Joey was live earlier and Chatio had a meltdown. That's hilarious.
Oh.
We don't actually have anyone to interview today, Serge. We were just going to talk to ourselves about family dinners because why did he go mental though? That's what I want to know. You should send a message to Joey Edibles and ask him to come on and tell us what happened. Why Chatio freaked out. This is the thing is like I'm noticing more and more that the internet is just a wild, wild place. Like it is the Wild West for sure, right?
I mean, that's where it was this. The internet was pretty much discovered because Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had a porn tape. That's that's the only reason the internet is as popular as it is today. So of course it's the Wild West. What did you think?
I thought it was something else. There was I knew it was a porn tape because Avenue Q told me the internet is for porn.
Yes, that's 100% accurate. Yeah.
Nobody knew what the fuck the internet was until Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson's shit ended up on there. They did a Hulu special about it. Check it out. It's called Pam and Tommy.
I'm gonna look at STD.
Well, I know the first earliest computers was during World War II with Alan Turing and all the stuff with trying to break the Nazi code books. And I just love that they figured it out because at the end of every message, because the codes changed every day. But at the end of every message, it always said Heil Hitler.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "All right, well, that helps us."
That was the key.
The rest of it.
88.
Yeah,
I just love the idea of they put all this time trying to break Nazi codes, and there had to have been one in there where it was like, "I just took a monster shit in the woods, you guys," and Heil Hitler or whatever, just something completely unrelated to what was going on. There had to have been at least one where it was just Germans fucking around, right?
Did you know?
I kind of wish that Joey was watching because he would have clipped you saying that. Hey guys, I laid a monster shit. I laid it's fucking horrible.
During World War II, the Americans dumped a whole bunch of Trojan Magnums into a little town in Germany, marked as medium.
Yeah.
Just to lower morale of the Nazi soldiers.
That's really funny. I didn't know that.
There was also in Italy and France over enemy territory, they dropped matchbooks that had instructions on how to get a pass and to be sent home for medical exclusion.
Oh,
yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, if you clipped it, Serge, please post it because I definitely want to see it.
Serge, I'm gonna kill you. I've seen Joey in person. I've killed him.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't clip this. But when you said Hitler, but it was more so what Chatio freaking out. Hold on, Serge. I'm just going to your channel, Serge, because.
Okay, well, while he's doing that, you wanted Dino. It was what was this idea you had about family dinner?
Family dinners. So growing up, we had breakfast together and we had dinner together. So breakfast there was work breakfast was earlier, and then there was school breakfast was later, and then dinner was all together at around 5.
No shit, you're such a fat ass. You had 2 breakfasts. I know you woke up to work
How
breakfast,
many
too.
of you
At the shop,
were?
you had work at like 7 o'clock. But if you were going to school, you woke up later because everybody else was already gone.
Right.
And then you had my mom would make me a special breakfast because I was her baby.
Because you were her special little boy. How many people lived in the house at the same time? Like at the most?
The most was 8. So that was so there's 5 kids, 2 parents, was 7. My oldest brother got married, and moved out, and then moved back in with his wife. So that put it up to 8.
Got it. Okay.
That is the most immigrant shit I've ever heard.
You had like a lot of people just all like milling about the house. Like being the first one up must have been terrifying because you're like, I have 7 people I can't wake up. Fuck.
Oh, well, you know what? That was the advantage, was that we had a big house, right? So the only thing was like me and my one brother, until my oldest siblings started moving out, we had to share a room. And that was till like we were like 12, 13. And then finally they moved out and we were able to start doing a thing. I look forward to seeing that. I can't click on the link, sadly, Serge. If you could send it to me on Discord so I can check it out, because I really want to check it out. But yeah, so it wasn't that bad of a thing. But that's the thing, is like we had, like, as much as I'm laughing because so many people are just like, oh, life's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, no, we had breakfast together as a family, and then we would go part ways for the day. And like, it was crazy. But
it was like those cereal commercials where they have like the full-on smorgasbord of breakfast. And then if it was the actual commercial, you'd be running through being like, can't late for school, mom, gonna grab some alphabets or whatever the fuck.
Well, hilariously, like for breakfast, the only people, like my mom would make eggs for like my dad and herself, and then maybe for like me and my brother, we would usually have cereal, and everyone else would have cereal. Like it was usually like basic stuff that we would make ourselves, right? But my mom would always make breakfast for my dad. That was their, because that lasted. Even as everyone left, they still had, that was their morning.
Your mom loves your dad. Not
yeah,
you.
she actually loved my dad. This is the funny thing. That was a revelation when I was like 11. I was like, you guys argue all the time. My parent was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I hear you guys argue all the time. And they're like, we argue because you guys are so stupid. That's what your mom defends you, and I say we should kill you all because you're all stupid. And I'm just like, oh. He goes, yeah, no, we love each other. And the funny thing was, as we got older, then they just never. You're like, oh, no, they actually had a loving relationship. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Granted, like I came around like 20 years into it, right? So who cares? So it doesn't.
Well, it's probably also like when you're little, everything seems so like much crazier. So they were probably like, look, I can't remember where I put my keys. Did you like check that other room? And then to little you, it's like, where the fuck are my keys? Are they over there?
Yeah, and the response is,
I'm 3. I don't know what's going on. You know,
things spinning around. Like, yeah, no.
Here's my question.
Got a chain whip. Yeah.
Well, we had one giant table. It's like 8 people at a table eating like giant trays of food. Like, and remember, we had a machine shop, so everyone is like has been sweating all day, is covered in grease still because nobody's gone for a shower. Only like the first person who got home had the time to run, have a shower, and be home, be ready for dinner. Everybody else had to wait until after dinner, and then it was first come, first serve. You know, like
how many bathrooms in the house?
Okay, so there was a half bath in the.
Half baths don't count. Yeah. I'm talking.
So 1, 2, 3 full bathrooms.
3,
the rest
4
of the house.
Full bathrooms.
Fucking Canada.
So like,
no, we had a big house. It's different.
Yeah. So less than half of you are.
In the
shower.
Yeah.
If that.
Well, like my sister and like the women would always shower in the morning because they're women, but the men had to after work because God, we stunk like it was horrible.
God damn.
So here's my question. I grew up in a household of 8 people as well. It was my mom had 6 kids, her and whatever stepdad was that stepdad for the year.
The stepdad for the year.
The stepdad du jour.
There was one guy lasted like 3, 4, 5 years, and I hated that motherfucker. My mom
He's
ended up
probably
having
the
a
best
baby
thing.
with him.
Probably the best
Fuck,
thing in your
man.
life that ever existed was that guy. And you were like, fuck that guy. This piece of shit.
Did not like it, man. All he did was lie. All he did was lie. Everything came out. I was like 13 years old. I'm like, can't we just have a good conversation? Like,
Well, yeah. Well,
but if you
Anyway.
didn't make it to dinner like right on time, that just meant you didn't get dinner, right?
No.
Because that's what happened to me a lot. Like if I was like late, as I got older, like once I hit like 15, 16, started having friends, I didn't get to the dinner table right when dinner started. My siblings would just fucking eat everything, little fucking fat ass zoo animals.
So yeah, that would happen, but there was still food. Like my mom would be like, "Oh,
I mean, yeah, there was food, but it's like my mom would make like some fucking badass dinner.
Yeah.
And I would like, I'd be pissed because it'd be gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
They even
it was very
they even
strict
ate the
starve.
sunglasses from the dinner. Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Hey, no, that was that actually. I'll be honest with you. Thank you very much, Mick. I got it. I got it from Serge. I'm gonna definitely check that out. In our household it was very much stretch or starve because also too like we had a very physical work environment too, right? So it's like you worked like that was the first and I think only place to this date where I was ever working in the sun and snow sweat actually dripped like off of my face and I was like, no, this is for poor people, this is not for me, it's not. Absolutely not, it's unacceptable. All right, so like yeah, no, I'm like, oh, in the sun, hunched over with like a like a hammer drill, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go read a book. That's absolutely not. This is not for me.
I'm gonna learn math like a smart person.
Well, this is the funny thing is like, I'm doing all these things right now where I'm just trying to experience the idea of uncertainty and I'm enjoying it, but also it's like if you want a different result you have to do things differently, right? This is who hasn't heard that saying, right?
Insanity or whatever, right?
Right. That's well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Right. So, but we as people, we have our principles, but then we are trying to do all the same thing. So I'm like, I'm kind of on the cusp of something that's very exciting, but it's very private. So I'm like, I don't know. So
you know what my problem is?
Tell me.
I hate manual labor too. I'm just like you. I go outside, I sweat. I'm like, this is bullshit. This sucks. I've worked on roofs. I've painted. I've done carpet. I've done fencing. I've done it all, just about. And I hated it. And I always end up quitting and doing something else, leaving that job, walking off the job while shit needs to be done. Talk about, I'm going to go find a different job. But never once have I ever had the thought of, I need to learn a different skill. Like I need to learn how, I need to go to college or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I might actually be insane.
I don't know if that's insane, but like, it depends how you're looking at it. If it's, you don't want to learn a different skill. Like I saw a tweet the other day where it was like, where can I get one of those jobs where I can kind of do nothing behind a computer and get a paycheck? Like you just show up for a meeting and then draft an email and then you're done. Or whatever the fuck.
So this is the thing. That job doesn't exist without a significant investment at some point, right? And that's the frustrating part about that, right? Because yeah, like the whole idea of working 9 to 5, no, absolutely not. That is anyone who thinks that that's the way, you are the problem. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, a 9 to 5 job, hands down, is not an idea. Is not feasible anymore.
I hate 9 to 5s because it's really the 5 part. Because it's like you get home and the day's fucking over. Like
the day is over.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing is like we have a 24-hour day and you have a lot of people who work afternoons, nights and things like that, but there is no rhyme or reason to how we've processed everything. Like in Hong Kong there's no road construction during the day. You cannot do that for traffic. In Japan, if you are the reason why there's a delay on a train, there is a fine, and your family will get it if you can't receive it directly. Like if you, hey, catch the train, high five.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, listen, holding people accountable, I think is a good thing. But the same thing, like, look, the idea of manual labor, like, yeah, there are very specific people for manual labor.
In about
Not
20
me.
years, we're all going to be bowing and taking our shoes off in people's houses. If China doesn't quit doing shit right.
Listen, bro, you should bow and take your shoes off when you go to someone's house in general. It's nice. Be like, oh, hello. That's it. That's just
I'm not taking my shoes off. If you tell me I have to take my shoes off, that's me leaving. I'm not putting my socks on your nasty house. I'm sorry. I refuse. That's how you catch fucking fungus. I refuse. All right. I don't know what's going on in your house. You could have bed bugs. I don't know.
Listen, to this day, the advice from Die Hard 1 of take your socks off and just put your bare foot on the carpet makes you feel at home is 100%. Hey, I've went to Asia, multiple countries, Europe, multiple countries, Caribbean, multiple countries, North America, multiple cities. Okay. And I'll tell you, that is the best thing. But as well, I too is like, don't go barefoot in a hotel. That's how you get athlete's foot. Like 100%. You're gonna get warts. Like, it's gross. Absolutely.
I mean, I generally wear fucking house slippers everywhere anyway. So like, I wear socks. I wear socks, but I wear house slippers. Fuck, Atlas pretty much saw it. I was wearing Crocs the whole time he was here.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey,
you could have seen that
one day. I would have been like,
you could have seen those gross Crocs if you had just come, but no.
Within a day, I would have stabbed his feet and be like, "Get those things off your feet. I don't want to see them again.
I'll buy
you new shoes.
You know what I have? I have Crocs. I have some jogging shoes, which don't see much action. I have some slides, and I have house slippers. That's fucking it. I don't like. I'm all about comfortability.
Flip flops I never wear. House slippers, tennis shoes. That's kind of it. Like, I have dress shoes, but that's like for.
You're gonna make a great dad, Atlas. I'm telling you right now.
Katie keeps saying that too, but I don't. I don't know about that.
Atlas, just answer me this: do you have a pair of New Balance sneakers?
Oh shit! I was gonna ask the same question.
They're Nikes. New Balance are for fascists. Or wait, no, is that Adidas? I can't remember which one.
That's Adidas.
New Balance is for people who like believe in abortion. Or don't believe in abortion. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, very
bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
wait.
Hey, let's be honest. There's a very good chance that if Atlas has kids, he's immediately gonna flip the switch and be like, nah.
Why would I ever abort?
Yeah, he'd be like, no, kids are precious. Wrong. You just don't understand, you sons of bitches.
No.
Like that.
Motherfucker's gonna move to Georgia.
Hey, he's gonna buy a gun. I'm
gonna protect my family.
Yeah. 100%. Atlas is gonna flip. Like, look, being raised in California, the only response is to go like completely flip it and be like, I'm going to Texas, not Austin. Texas, baby.
I am too
buy land cheap.
I am too spiteful to not continue to just be like fucking pretty far left and stuff, because like all of the people I talk to are like, you get conservative as you get older, and I'm like so fucking petty that I'll just be like, no, fuck you, more left.
Listen, you got to understand though, right? And this is where it's one of those bubble bursting events that you never really want to happen, but has to happen too. Hey, what's happening, Paul? Paul was the guy who went live when Buffalo had the snowstorm. It was awesome. Guy, he had 1,700 people following. He got monetized within a day. YouTube was going nuts. Hey, because they limit how many people you can watch live. So Paul was on there, and they were like 300, and there's like people just kept on clicking. He's like, boom, $2,000. Like, it was insane.
Wait, what was he doing?
Dope though. That was very nice of you, Paul, to do that for people though. Like, all monetization aside. You're a G.
Oh, totally. You know why? Because a plow is fucking heaven sent. You know, when you need a plow, let's be honest, Paul. Everyone honks at plows because we're all assholes. But when you need them, they come like with angel wings, just like. Oh,
You Canadians are a lot more like y'all are bigger assholes than I thought. I've never seen nobody honk.
That's like
at a plow.
There's
the
a
meme
current
with Jason
war.
Segel and the Muppet, and then Kermit shows up. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
This is the thing is in Toronto where I am. There was a war between tow truck drivers, like in the last
Really?
year. Hey, we're talking about people got Molotov cocktailed. Like,
Wow.
I'm saying, like, people got their trucks. They were sitting in the truck waiting for a call. Somebody walked up and right into it was insane. No, not around. It was in Toronto, not in Buffalo. But
okay, kind of near that.
That's pretty much Canada, right?
But that's a tow truck, not plow. And
yeah.
But it's
okay. Wait. If Paul's watching this, were you playing the Mr. Plow theme song? Just like out of the speaker driving down the street, call Mr. Plow.
That's my name.
That name
is Mr. Plow.
Absolutely. I feel like Mr. Plow would be my nickname, and for a different reason.
That I'm surprised you haven't tweeted that. To be honest,
I'm tweeting it as.
You gotta set out that.
Remember, Alice, I have 2 phones.
There was one that you sent out today where it physically made me recoil in horror.
Oh yeah, just one.
Just one?
Just yeah.
Let's see.
Look at you getting all tough. Just one.
Okay. What do you mean I suck at sex? Is it not a race to come?
That's the one.
And then the other one was I spent nearly a year in heaven. I used to dump loads in a Hispanic girl named Heaven.
Man, I miss her so much.
That's not right, man.
Very good girl. She used to punch me in the face. It was good. And not even during sex.
Not even during sex.
Yeah, she just hit me, and it was so hot. It's them Hispanic girls, man.
Was she tiny though? So it was like a little.
She was like
you're sick, and you're like.
Calling her 5 foot 90 pounds was probably like an over exaggeration. She was not big girl at all.
I noticed, Serge. Congratulations.
Imagine if the alternate universe where Cole and that girl get married and move to Queens, and then you have King of Queens too.
No, it's Queen of Kings is what.
I gotta be honest with you. It's funny you say that because she would talk when she talk. I'd be like, "You sound like Cardi B." Like she would talk and she would just okay. I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
How often did she use the word finna?
Oh well, that's a Texas term. So she's from Texas, so I say that. I try to curb it when I'm online, but it's a term we use in the South.
I do gotta give you guys credit. Y'all is so
versatile.
Yeah, like when I was in college, the tour guides for everybody. One of my friends was a tour guide for the college, and you weren't allowed to say "you guys" because it wasn't gender inclusive because this is California. So they made them say "y'all" because that works, and then it fucking burrowed its way into everybody else.
It has taken over, hasn't it? I've noticed that actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're Southern or fucking New York. Just
because I used to date this girl from Chicago, and she used to give me shit for saying "y'all," and then here we are, close to 15 years later. And everyone says it all over the fucking place.
I think if you guys are okay with that being the South rising again, I'm okay with that. That if y'all win it,
I'm okay with that. That's good enough for me. But I'm not.
Makes complete sense.
I'm not huge on the Confederacy, but whatever. My favorite thing about y'all is when you hear somebody say y'all do, meaning y'all would have. And you think, and then you imagine it how it's spelled, and you're like, it's got 3 apostrophes. It sure has to, which is the laziest shit.
It is. Yaldav, yeah, that's Y apostrophe ALL.
You all would have is what it's
apostrophe VE.
Yaldav.
Right? Yeah,
people say it. It's the thing. I say it all the time.
No, but that's see. Okay, this is the thing: is I agree with Yaldiv and y'all. I do not agree with fam. I'm like, no. Absolutely.
I only say fam to younger folk.
And guy is the most gender inclusive. It's insulting though, because it means you're all crazy. But guy, what? Because it came from Guy Fawkes. Like,
Man,
that's actually
we
where
got
it's
a lot
originated.
of lesbian couples in the bagel shop that I work in. I don't know if that's just there's a lot of lesbians in the area or what, or maybe lesbians like bagels. I don't know. But all the time I'll be handing them their bag of bagels or whatever, and I'll be like, "You guys have a good day," or whatever, and they say, "Thank you."
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean? They don't get
it's
mad about it.
yeah. For the
I
most
think
part.
the amount of people that are getting mad are way over exaggerated. And the people who get
They're
mad,
just loud.
like realistically, the people who get mad have like 30 different personalities. So it like seems like a group, not actually a group, just one person. Just it's been my experience so far.
Wait, so you guys both had 8 people in the house at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
long? How long
Sometimes
did you have
more.
that?
Sometimes more, because we had people who would help pay rent sometimes.
Oh, okay. So you were going like close to full on National
9,
Lampoon's
10
Christmas
sometimes.
Vacation.
You know, whenever my
by
mom
the
didn't
end
want to
there.
work.
That's okay. Please tell me somebody at one point said "shitters clogged," please, at least once.
What? Of course. What the fuck?
Shitter. That was a daily dude. That was
Yeah.
the morning
Shitters
routine.
clogged, yeah.
It's how many people could get through before it had to get unclogged. It's like
Mm.
shitter full.
It's funny. Shitter's clog. That sounds like the bad guy, like the yin yang version of Santa Claus. Santa Claus, shitter clog.
Shitter claws, yeah.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Shitter clog.
Oh my
Shitter
god.
clog.
I had at max 6 in the house at the same time, which was
That's a lot.
me, my parents, my sister, my cousin, and then if she was dating somebody.
Why was
Most of the time it was 5. Because our
her family
cousin
fall apart?
What?
Her family fall apart?
She moved in because she was supposed to she was moving to LA and was trying to find a job, and then she was there for like 3 years. And that was between when
My brother's doing that right now.
like
with
6 to 9, I think. Yeah.
Number one, it's not the same thing, Cole, because you're in Ohio.
Well, he moved from Texas, came to Ohio, hasn't moved yet.
What the fuck?
I can hear him play video games right now.
Are you talking about
They're
Carson?
on the left. They're on the left. Bitch, get a second job.
Are you talking about Carson, who I met?
No, the other one.
The
Well, both of them really, but the other one.
what was the other one's name? Gary? No.
Gary, yeah.
Which also is like Cole, Carson, Gary. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Cole's not even my real name. It's my middle name, but it's
Still.
like I go by a stage name. So,
except for Atlas. Atlas
believe it
was born
or
with a
not,
stage name.
I'll share this information with you. Clayton's my first name. So,
Oh, that is interesting.
you want to know my real name?
No.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Absolutely.
Clayton Zachary Cole Hicks.
Okay, so not only
I have 3 first names.
is it the 2 first names for the middle name,
I
the
got
last
2
name
middle names.
the last name is describing you. That would be like if I was born.
His entire
Atlas.
name is not a name. Not one part of it is a name, except for the
that
part
would be
is
like
a
if
name.
I was born Atlas White Guy. Like,
Yeah.
Atlas Liberal.
yeah.
Hey, don't worry. Someone just posted from Twitch. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers.
I'm
hey,
okay.
thanks a lot. Hey, no, and
I
there's
ain't got any money.
more famous, and then the real Joshi want to become famous. Listen,
Like, whatever. Blow our shit up with spam so people will see our shit.
comment's a comment. Thanks for looking.
Right.
Hey, walkie talkies are neat. What's up? You almost got plowed through with all the spam.
Sup, sexy gents. How are you?
How are you? I don't know if you're a guy or a gal, but you're probably
No, he's a
sexy
guy.
too either way.
But yeah,
He
breakfast
is.
was my dad would usually get up before everybody and just leave, and then it
just bounce.
It just bounced because he was a doctor, so he'd just be like, "I had surgery" or whatever the fuck.
But was he? Can I ask you a question though? Like, okay, did your mom work or no?
She worked when I was little, and then stopped around like first grade, I think.
Oh,
for me.
Women.
Weird. Oh, that's
Why?
odd. No, I find it very interesting to see how things play out. Like when someone has a job, walkie talkies are neat. Commented, I have a peen. So he's a dude. There you go.
So do we all.
A male peen because it's 22. We have to be sick. Well, that's thoughtful.
This is what I think of your pain.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know, those are behind him, and he's forward.
Over the shoulder.
It's not to him. It's away
Middle-
from
It's
him.
away.
Like a
middle
gentleman.
Like
Middle
you don't
out.
make eye contact, it's just
Yeah.
business. It's not gay.
All right.
Go
So
feed the cats. No, so but like when you see someone who has a doctor, like realistically, your dad had a real career level, top
Yes.
tier job.
Damn, you
right?
just sat on your mom. Your dad had a real job.
No, but like that's the thing is like to do that kind of a job, you need a very good support system. It's important, right? Because there's a lot of stresses, a lot of important factors to it that you can't have a good quality of life without a good support system, right? So it's like when I find like, so you'll see how things happen. Like a lot of the time, like my mom was like, she worked with my dad at the business, but it was like, she was just waiting for an opportunity where my sister got old enough and she started taking over the secretarial duties. My mom taught her and was like, I'm out. I'm going back home. The hell with this. And she just stayed home and was a housewife. She was like, working is for suckers. I'll tell you that right now.
Work does kind of suck. Yeah.
Listen,
sure.
my mom made sure that there was a warm meat. Like everyone had their clothes were clean. The house was tidy. Meals were made. She took care of everything. It was fantastic. But that was the thing is everyone else had to work to make sure that was possible, right?
Yes.
Like that was the whole point. There's still stuff to be done. So that's why you find out that like a lot of people don't have, like when you hear about people who are a doctor or a lawyer or someone that has a very stressful environment that they work in and have zero support system, you're like, cocaine.
Yeah.
That's their support system is. Lots of drugs. So.
Yeah. So it was like this weird trade-off where like he wasn't around a lot, but he made a lot of money. So like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword.
He'd get up, he would eat, I assume, I don't know, cocaine and go to work.
Brand cereal.
Brand cereal.
Your dad like now he's like mushrooms, but before he was like
brand.
Well,
hey, he's retired. He can do whatever.
Brand cereal and cocaine in the breakfast of champs.
But so he would do that, and then my sister and I would get up and like usually it was cereal, if that. Like I wasn't really much of a breakfast person.
But it would be something, right? Like
something.
I remember we would
Fruit,
harass
banana.
my mom into buying Pop-Tarts. And she's like, they're disgusting. We're like,
yes,
they're on TV.
Yeah.
We want Pop-Tarts. And she's like, I'll make you an omelet right now. Like a delicious breakfast. And you're like, no, we want the dumb, stupid, non-pastry, covered in sugar, filled with sugar, made by sugar, for sugar.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, we got it. We're like, these are horrible. She's like, I know. That's why I didn't want to buy them.
Yeah.
Hey, living in a house full of people, like where you have to share a room with somebody, that shit'll turn you into a capitalist real quick. Because you're like, if I do the dishes for mom, she's gonna throw the kid in the backyard. I don't care. Like whatever I want, whatever I ask for is gonna be for me. I can have a bitch over. I'll have my girlfriend over, and my brother can sleep on the floor in the living room. I don't give a shit. But as long as I get these dishes done and take out the trash, my mom is going to be like, oh, you've been such a good boy today. Yeah, of course you could not lose your virginity this weekend.
Yeah, that seems fair. Yeah. It's a very weird thing, right? Because remember, we were very religious. So it's like our existence was fairly regimented. Like we had to go to the Kingdom Hall on one night during the week. Then another one would be at someone's home or our own home where we'd have a meeting. Then there would be one on the weekend. So it's like we had things to do at nighttime. So it was like, I don't know.
Well, we broke my mom. My mom is horribly religious, horribly Southern Baptist Christian.
Yeah.
And every single one of her children ended up being an atheist. And by the time I was 14 years old, she was like, "Fuck it, y'all don't even have to go if y'all don't want to." And we're like, "All right, see you later."
Yeah.
Guy, when you're 14, that's the exact time when you need it the most. And she's like, "Fine, don't go." And you're like, "Awesome." And she's like, "What? No, you should have realized." He's like, "Nah, see you when
Don't
I'm
threaten
40.
me with a
Don't
good
do
time.
shit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did us left all of us while she went to church too. She left every one of us at home. They had our own devices in hell.
Which,
Yeah.
realistically, one of you should have been like, "Hey, man, like we're gonna burn this place down if we don't start doing anything." You guys didn't give a shit.
She was expecting you guys to have the
like a moral epiphany.
Yeah, like in the sitcom where they're like, congratulations, you've ruined everything. Door slams, then the sad music starts playing, and you're like, man, we were awfully mean to mom. We should go to church or whatever, but that never happened.
I'm sorry, but when you live in a situation where about 35% of your income, your household income is food stamps, the leader of the household doesn't get a lot of say on what's going on in the household. I'm sorry. That's just the way I look at it.
That's pretty funny.
I understand why my dad broke things and beat us.
I mean, my mom beat the shit out of us all the time.
Oh, but listen, number one, I don't question that either. Don't think that I don't. But like, and realistically, like, yeah, no, it's the like I look back and it's like we had a very structured thing, but like we had like when I turned 19, I got a brand new car. All my siblings did as well. Like it was a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic life. It was, and my dad worked. Yeah, no, it was. I can definitely rub it in anyone's face. Like, yeah, no, I had a great childhood. And people are like, no, you couldn't have. I'm like, okay, sure, it's fine, but
I have my own vehicle at 19 years old. I didn't even have a driver's license yet.
So a buddy of mine had it was a baby blue Tercel, and we called it the Blue Bullet because it was a hatchback, and like between me and him, we could lift it off the ground. Like it was because he was a bigger guy too. He wasn't as big as I am, but he was a bigger guy too. And so
that was like 60% you, I bet.
Well, it's a small car, right? So and not like the engine side. We grabbed the back, and I would like lift it right off the ground. Like, yeah, this is no problem. This tiny little thing. And like that was like at that point in high school, I was squatting like I maxed out at 640 pounds, which is like, yeah, like that. No, that's I grabbed the back of the car and just lifted it up. I'm like,
I squatted like 400, and I thought that was impressive. Jesus,
it is. It's very impressive. 400 is a lot.
Not really. When you said 600.
600 is a lot more. But I'm
it's a lot more.
I'm also as big as a house. It's kind of, but yeah, no, that was like that. He would do this thing where he would back up into you at a light, so just to like hit you with, because he had a steel bumper. But once he did it to my dad, I borrowed my dad's LeSabre, and a LeSabre has a steel bumper as well. So he was at a light and he backed up onto me and he hit the car, like just a little nudge, and I was like, okay. And it had, so the LeSabre had a 3.6 liter engine that anyone in America knows the Buick LeSabre has an engine that is essentially bulletproof. You can shoot it with a 45 and it will just keep on running. Like it is a very durable engine. So I floor it, okay, and just start pushing him into traffic. And he's looking back. He's like, "Oh my god!"
I did that same shit to my best friend. He had like a little Mazda truck. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was. It was a little tiny, like wannabe Ford Ranger, and I had a Ford Ranger, okay, but it was like I bought it from a Mexican guy, so it was like jacked, okay. It was lifted. It had mud tires. It had a V8 in it. Like, it was this dude, his wife made him get rid of it, and I got a good deal on it. All right. It was my first vehicle. And my best fucking friend, we both got driver's license about the same time. And he would always speed past me because I'm a safe driver or whatever. And he would call me grandpa. And so he would always, whenever the light would turn green, he would just sit there. And I'd be like honking, blowing my horn. And he would wait till it turns red, look both ways, and take off. So after probably, I don't know, 3 months of that shit, I got tired of it one day. As soon as the light turned green, I pushed him into traffic. I put it in low gear, pushed him in traffic, and drove away. He's like, "You could have killed me!"
Yeah, like, yeah. That's right.
What
That's
you get?
exact- I loved, like, in high school, people would be like, I could have died. You're like, probably.
Of course you could
You're
have.
like, that's a very likely chance, and I was willing to take it.
Only the good die young.
Without hesitation. Without hesitation. Also, walkie-talkies, yeah, I never got the belt, but I got every single other weapon launched at me. My mom's slipper would go around a corner, hit you, do a flip, and return to her hand, and then she would go to my foot, and it would just go to her foot. Like, she wouldn't even touch
She
it.
had
Which
her
is-
technique down.
Like the boomerang from Legend of Zelda.
Exactly.
Everyone I got now, mind you, I got 5 siblings. All right, every single one of them, except for the youngest one. I don't think he quite remembers.
Any
So,
girl?
like 4
No
of my
girl.
siblings have all each individually told me, "Do you remember the time that you were being a dick to mom when you were like 17 in the doctor's office? We were waiting, and for whatever reason, you didn't want to go because it had nothing to do with you, but mom made you go, and you were just being a dick to her. So she waited till we got into the doctor's like room, the patient's room, and where there were no cameras, and she beat the living shit out of you with her high heel." And I'm
Oh
like,
my
no,
god!
no, I do not. I do not remember that. Every single one of them. And
Now,
she's like, they're
are
like,
you
yeah,
trying
every
to
one of them
gas-
hits her in the head. Like,
Are you
Bro.
trying to gaslight them, or is this a Mandela effect, or do you literally not remember?
I don't remember, but enough people have
She
told me
beat the
about
shit out
it
of him that he did
that
not
I
remember.
lost memory from the
Bro,
blow.
I've been
I
there.
probably have early onset CTE. That's probably what all of the tweets are about.
Mental health is important. God.
I mean, if I was being a dick, I was being a dick. That's what they said. They all started it. You remember when you were being a dick? I was like,
Oh
that's
yeah.
how most of the stories
Yeah.
start. Whenever the past gets brought up about me. You remember when you were being a dick what time, man? What time?
Yeah. Do you have any idea how slightly that little that narrows it down?
I have a brother that every time I tell a story, that's also how I start. I'm like, hey, do you remember that time you were being a real asshole? He's like, yes.
Yeah. Which time?
It's the funny thing was he was my tormentor growing up, and I'm just like, why? What? And then I got bigger than him, and then I beat the crap out of him twice. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of what
tormenting
happened
stopped.
with my sister and I. She tormented me a lot, and then I got bigger than her. Then she stopped. But she is so like evil that she most of the torturing was mental anyway, so it's fine.
Ooh, I don't think I'm like, honestly, I have no ill intent on people when I talk, but apparently when I start like spitting facts, it is in the worst way possible. Apparently it's in the most like derogatory way towards people. So like people feel some type of way when I start, you know what your problem is?
I feel like in a couple of years it's gonna be like, you know what the problem with this country is? What?
I am thinking about running for mayor in my town in a few years. I'm getting the clout. I might do it.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
I might do it.
Hey.
We need more moderate, down the middle, independent people. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on.
I know that do you guys remember the Zoomer congressman who got elected? He was 25 from this election.
And then
so he got to DC, and nobody would rent to him because he was so poor from sinking his own money into the campaign.
Yeah.
And then like he couldn't get like an apartment because you need like a certain credit score.
Yeah.
Or whatever, which is so fucked up and so kind of on the nose for what happens to people.
It's hilarious.
You're telling me, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Listen, the idea is hold on, what's this? Yeah. Walkie Talkie Janine says you got your first and second concussion that day. That's why you don't remember. They wipe each other out.
Yeah,
Negative times
offsetting
negative
fouls,
is a
right?
positive.
A chick will know I'm into her if I don't spit in her face during sex. Really?
Okay.
Don't.
I think you
That's how
are
she
into
thinks
her
I
if you
am into
do.
her if I spit in her mouth or her butthole. Like, there's
Thanks,
a lot
Paul.
of spitting going on.
Well, listen, butthole doesn't produce so moisture. That's understandable.
There you go.
It's just science. Follow the science, people. It's the most important thing. I don't know what. When did you get your license, Atlas? Did you get a car? when you were young or no?
So I got my, you get your permit at 15 and a half or whatever, and then get your license at 16.
Yeah. How
And
do you
then
guys? So we used to have it. So it was your 365, and then you had to go do another test, and you got your full license. When I got it, there was a G1 for a year, then a G2, then a full license after 3 years. How do you guys do it?
you get your license, you're able to get your license at 15 and a half, which is you can't drive unless you have someone 18 or older with a driver's license in the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
No,
then
yeah,
you
you get 6 months of driving. At 15 years old, you can get a driver's license. So I like Canada's idea better.
Yeah. Then 16, you get your license, but you're not allowed to drive people under 18 until you're 18, and you're like,
oh wow, that's
fuck
different
you, that's
from where I
stupid.
grew up.
That's useless.
Yeah, so like, what's the point? Like, if I want to go hang out with my friends, I guess I just can't for whatever reason. Anyway,
yeah, that's a California thing. Because Texas and Ohio don't do that at all.
I broke that law constantly. It was just
for sure.
As you should.
100%. That's a dumb rule. What are they gonna do? Slap you with a ticket?
I think so, but I was a good driver, so there was that, and then that was
good driving alone doesn't ever mean anything, right? You know how many times I've been pulled over in my lifetime and never got a ticket? I've gotten 2 tickets my entire life. I've been pulled over 30 times in 10 years. That's 3 times a year. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Not counting the trip to St. Louis with my sister, I've been pulled over 5 times. Gotten 0 tickets. All my tickets have been parking tickets.
White. I look African American behind the wheel.
Do you?
I do. I guess. I don't know. There's no reason I should get pulled over that much.
Look, anyway,
I feel like Cole has like one of them, those perfume crowns in the back window of his car. Like,
it's because I give the dirty look when they're driving by. But
my favorite thing is to just be gross in front of cops. So like, just be eating a big hunkin' sandwich, or like look at them with your finger halfway up your nose, or whatever. Because like, a cop won't pull you over; they'll just kind of be like, and then drive away.
Hold on 1 second. Walkie-talkies neat. Which on-ramp? So ride is where they check for alcohol. They like put their face like right up to your window and they're like, you're breathing into your. Let me check what's going on. So now the holiday season, they start doing checks at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because people are like, dude, people are getting shit faced right.
Well, yeah, because they hate their families. Yeah,
they're pulling over on the holidays unless you absolutely swerve. Like if you
not here in
Ohio, it's the Midwest though. Because like people are definitely got one of these in their hand while they're driving. Cops are like, fuck it. Like they can see, you take a sip, and you're like, oh, that was a cop. And the cop is like, keep it going.
They'll be like, do you know why I stopped you, sir? You're like,
you wonder what? I have more.
Is that a breathalyzer?
I got a 6-pack. You want more?
Yeah.
Okay, so
perfect. Oh my god!
I love the Midwest. I'm not gonna lie, man. You get away with a lot of shit here. The thing that I would have gotten felonies for in Texas, don't even get misdemeanors here.
I
weed for one.
I was in a guy's car and he offered me a beer. He's like, "Here." I'm like, "You're driving." He's like, "Yeah, you want a beer?" I'm like, "Are you having one?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, sure."
And then you're like the coach in Bad News Bears, just in the.
No, well, he was driving and he was like, "I'm having one." I'm like, "All right, I'm not gonna leave you alone."
A buddy of mine from Florida said brown bagging is illegal. I'm like, Florida of all places? Really? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because it might be a gun. That's why. In Florida, they want to know if it's booze. If it's a paper bag, it may be a gun. That's why.
It's definitely like a homemade gun.
What even is the whole deal with paper bagging? Is it so you can't confirm whether it's booze?
Yeah,
or
they
not?
can't without a warrant, without a search warrant, probable cause.
It would be search.
You can't search. You can't be like, if you can't see what it is, they have no probable cause. That's what brown bagging is.
Someone drinking a bottle is not probable cause.
But they can get around that. They can just say they smell alcohol. I've had a cop pull me over and be like, I smell marijuana. I was like, that's funny because I just got off my fucking day job fried chicken all day. But okay, go ahead. Fucking search. I dare you to find marijuana in that car. I'm broke. I make $7 an hour. Like, I don't have no weed. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't even have tags on this car. Why would I buy weed and then drive this car around? That's dumb.
That's just genius. I love it. just can't.
I think so. Now I guess what that means is because the brown bag has become synonymous with that's booze.
It is
Like,
booze. It for sure is.
Yeah.
They can't do anything.
Yeah,
They're like, is that booze? You'd be like, no.
But I just think it would be funny if like there's the one guy who puts like a Mexican Coke in the brown bag, and they're like, "Is that booze?" You're like, "No."
That'd be
like,
me.
Show me.
Just to fuck with them. But I legitimately 100% do not drink and drive. Okay, if I'm at a place where Alice, you saw, I'll have 2 beers, and that's 1 beer per hour. And then I even give myself a half hour to make sure I do not drink and drive whatsoever. But I also believe that whatever red tape cops have to follow, add more to it. Like, whatever. I just keep the cops out of my fucking hair. That's all I give a shit.
Yeah. Defund the police. Yay.
Fuck the police.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Do you have a big militarization of police problem in Canada? Dino?
Yeah.
Is this happening there? It's happening in all the major overdeveloped countries. Huh.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? We gotta rise up. It's 1984, man. The book, not the year.
Maybe.
We're gonna be Oceania. You, Canada, America, we'll be Oceania real quick.
All right, Tom Morello. Calm down.
Look, it's more than
the
that.
Californians that be fucking everything up, if I'm honest.
That's why they're going to go into the ocean soon. Just slide right in. The bag. Well, we think later. It's kind of like somebody saying, I don't know if I want to go in this boat. And then you kick the boat away from the dock. That's what's going to happen to California. Well, we think you're like, nope, later.
I've legit been wishing death upon that entire state to just break off into the ocean for
California, not Florida.
Life.
Florida is not the one you're wishing death to.
Well,
come on.
I kind of like Florida. They got Disneyland.
It also looks
we have Disneyland. They have Disney World.
Not the one anybody goes and sees.
Listen, but it looks like the wiener of America. You can't cut off the wiener of America.
It's America's penis. Yeah.
Hey, if Patton Oswalt has anything to say about it, it's the ball sack of America. Maine is the dick of America.
Either or. Canada is America's second kidney. Okay, we can lose it. We can lose it.
Wait, Maine is or Canada?
No.
What?
Did I say Canada? California is
that makes more
America's kidney. We can afford to lose one.
California is like, what is it, like the 5th largest economy in the world or something? Just the state.
But
itself.
It's been on a downward trend for years. It's just
listen.
That's what they all say.
Remember, if we graded it the same way they're grading California, Greece with all of its debt would have also been one of the biggest economies in the world, right? So it's not. You got to understand. There's a difference in the fact that like California, while ridiculously in debt, is churning money. So the amount of revenue produced, while it's all overly spent, there's a ton of stuff that's
all y'all celebrities are leaving though. What are y'all gonna do about that? They're all going to Texas. Which I gotta be honest.
It's like who? Elon? I can live without Elon.
As a Texan native, I'm not happy that celebrities are going there. Because that means I'm gonna have to as somebody who wants to be a celebrity, that has aspirations to be one, I'm gonna have to go back and see people I used to fuck and used to fuck their sisters and dealt with. It's not something I want to deal with.
I would never introduce any it's none of my family I would ever introduce to you, Cole. Just
you totally would. I would.
You'd be like, hey, I'm going to visit you in Canada. Be like, okay.
I'm very polite. Ask Atlas. I'm very polite when I meet new people.
I feel like you're polite in theory, but then all of a sudden you're like...
I'm Southern, okay? I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
No. He's polite to your face, and then he talks shit behind your back to the HOA, and then gets you banned from the school board meeting or whatever.
100%. And he doesn't even live here. And he's just like, why is this happening?
Insert Southern stereotype here.
Bless his heart.
Bless
Yeah,
your
exactly.
heart. That's right.
Have you ever heard that? You know, I'm sure Atlas has, but bless his heart. Bless your heart means that person's retarded.
I remember someone asked me. So I was working in this place called Montana. It was a rib place, and a Southern couple came in, and they were like, "Do you have proper Southern coleslaw?" And I'm like,
proper Southern coleslaw.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't know. I like it, and I'm an idiot, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, bless your heart. Is it creamy or not?" And I'm like, "It's creamy." She's like, "Then it's not." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, I think that woman thinks I'm retarded. It was great.
I had Canadian coleslaw while I was in Canada, and that was an abomination. I got to be honest with you. I went to Canada when I was like 9. I don't know, when my mom was married to a rich guy, very shortly, and we went to Canada for a summer, and that shit was nasty. And not only that, but they called KFC PFK there. Like,
oh, you were in Quebec. That's why.
Is that where it was?
Yes, that's why.
You were in Quebec.
Royal Fried Kentucky.
Yeah. PFK, you're like, it's gone bad. It's gone bad, people.
Gone bad. Yeah, no, the coleslaw was not good. And not only that, but like the best coleslaw I've ever had is the same place I've had the best greens. It's Kentucky, which is not really the South. It's 5 hours south of me in Ohio, and if you go if you go an hour north, you're in Canada for me. So like, it's not really the South. It's very, very Midwest.
FYI, there's a fail-safe way to always know where Kentucky is. It's because if you look at it on a map, all of the shape of all of the states beside it and leading up underneath it look like a chef presenting Kentucky on a dish. I swear to God. So
fried
it looks
chicken,
like Kentucky.
greens.
What does Kentucky, like, if you look at the map, if you look it together, it looks like a chef's hat, head, body, holding out the thing. It's
I gotta check that out because I have no idea what Kentucky looks like.
I'm telling you, I gotta find this
hang
picture.
on, I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
I would love to hear you guys create your own country and laws.
Oh, we're definitely gonna do that.
We should. We gotta do that as a video.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably wrap up because I'm
like
at 8%
as a
of my
group.
computer. So
yes,
a group or our own individual countries.
Why not just all three? Like all three of us show up with the thing, with our own.
We're Congress. All three of us is the Congress of our country.
Listen, I'll tell you guys right now. I'm looking it up right now. I'm gonna just share this just so we can finish on this note because it's hilarious.
Is the hat Ohio or is it Pennsylvania?
Ohio looks like a vagina.
Chef hat, head, shirt, pants, boot, pan, Kentucky. Ta-da!
Oh, it's the other way around. Okay,
that's crazy.
That is how you find Kentucky every time.
It looks like a fried chicken leg.
It looks like a fried chicken.
So Minnesota's the hat. That's pretty cute.
Sure. I don't know anything else.
We're the hat, eh? Yeah. If you like a mini soda, if you like a soda pop.
Before my computer dies of low battery here, thanks everybody for listening to Generation Dan. Find us on Twitter at Generation Dan or Generation_Dan on Instagram.
And subscribe.
Show the video. We got the video. I couldn't do the other one because Dino was bullshitting. But what's
I forgot.
I am gonna have to get the cable then, right?
Yeah, Atlas, do your thing. Whatever. I'm sure Dino's gotta find a way to pull it up. We gotta premiere a video. I'll premiere the next one, the next guestless episode.
I'm glad I taught everyone how to find Kentucky every time. It looks like fried chicken, though, right?
It does. It looks like a fried chicken leg.
When I was little, Mom would always go to Fort Erie to get 222. What's 222?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I always love that kind of shit.
Do you have the video?
No, I don't know what video you're talking about.
The one about Taxi Driver. The one I sent yesterday.
I do not.
Can you download it off of the...
Yes, I can.
Okay, did I miss anything?
No.
No!
Dino doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing.
That's 100% accurate.
It's the most Canadian thing ever.
Like, let's be honest. I'm pretty honest about not knowing what the fuck is going on.
It's funny because it doesn't matter where the fuck you guys would be from. I would just attribute it to your location. California, Canada. It didn't matter if you were in like Portland. I'd be like, oh, that motherfucker's on cocaine.
Hold on.
Dino, you may not know about that. Portland legalized or decriminalized all drugs in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Portland is also like on fire right now.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Isn't that accurate?
No.
Are you
There
sure?
were those protests.
I heard.
Okay,
There are people
so
just go into parks and like shoot up and then go to work.
I mean, like,
just as a reminder, everyone, that's how you found Kentucky every single time.
Fried chicken leg. Doesn't Ohio look like a vagina?
Yes.
I
For the
always
last
thought so.
time, it looks
Does
like
Ohio.
a vagina.
No.
You look like a
Maybe?
vagina.
Well, Lake Michigan looks like a wiener.
Yeah. That's pretty obvious, though. And then there's always that thing
That's
where, like,
Canada,
when someone goes,
fucking
I'm
America.
from Michigan, I'm from right here, or whatever, like, whenever they, right?
Hey, so the
whole
thing you sent me, the
It's in the group chat.
yeah. I'm just making sure. Because it's, hold on. It opens up as Scorsese, right?
Scorsese, like Scorsese.
Okay. Yeah, so I have it already unloaded. If you
Go ahead,
guys
show
want
it.
to-
Oh,
Let
right.
people,
Yeah,
let people see it.
at Atlas Novak on Twitter, Instagram, at Dino the Generic Marvel, wherever you find him, at Sniffing Glue 22 on all platforms. Let's do it.
And then afterwards, somebody post it to Jed Dan's YouTube page or whatever.
and
Everywhere.
and Insta and all that. I trust you guys for that. Go.
Here we go.
All right.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Couple more times.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Can we just go? Hey, look out for the...
$50?
What are you doing? Why are you letting someone in? Why are we stopped?
Just mind your business. Yeah, go ahead, get in.
What? No. This is my Uber ride.
Go ahead, get in. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate this so much. $50, like I said, when we get there. All right, go. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Go!
0 stars. You edited like nothing. You just took the clips as they were.
It's so funny the way it was.
It's fantastic.
I just watched it. I was like, these are the ones. Oh my god.
Different
it's so
times of
funny.
day. That was awful.
Fantastic. I love
Dang,
that.
the awesomeness is what
Great work.
fucking made it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been
Christ.
so fun. At least 1 star. It's like you may have made a best friend. You don't know.
Some dude in a
He's
hospital.
wearing
gown.
a hospital gown.
Here's to adventure. Have a great night, everyone.
Later, guys.